Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my show once again, Magic Group Buy News for the week 6/28/20. Basically, we'll be talking about all the group buys happening, all the group buys starting and ending for the next 7-day time period. But before that all starts, the most important question, what is Merlin drinking? I am drinking a winter melon milk tea from one of my favorite bubble tea joints here in Washington. This is sheer tea with some tapioca. I usually like to get mine with light ice and less sugar, but winter melon is one of those drinks that you can't reduce the sugar on. But oh well. Here we go. This will keep me occupied as I talk about all the news happening today. Let's see, who's here today? Ooh, lots of chats. I see Sulji, Janky Render, Duncan Yo-Yo, Zark, S5PPH, Big Taro, Kangpa84, Singapore, Skizu. Thanks guys for joining in. There we go. Yeah, we are going to have a longer segment today just because it's the end of the month. And at the end of the month, there's a whole lot of things expiring and a whole lot of things starting up. See, I see a Peter Poppins, Real FX, Jark Laser. Janky Render says, we have a share tea up here too. Yeah, there should be a share tea all around. It's funny because I grew up in Taipei, Taiwan, and I didn't actually see a share tea until I came to the United States. And ever since then, like the only place I've ever seen a share tea in Taiwan was in Taipei 101, which was at one point the world's tallest building. I realize I'm like talking with food in my mouth because it's all like tapioca. Alright, let's play some music as I chew this tapioca. What age did I come to the US? I was 18. I came up here for college. Your friend used to work there and now he works at Boba Guys. Interesting. I've been to the Boba Guys in San Fran before. Right. So what you guys are seeing in front of me is a Cerakoted KBD8X Mark II, which I built yesterday for a customer. Why Cerakote? It's because, you know, KB Fans has just such excellent quality control that this one came with no less than 20 scratches, dents, and nicks. You know, that's pretty crazy. So, it costs like an additional $160 to like have it Cerakoted here locally. And for the most part, I think it looked good. Some of the deeper gouges have not been completely erased, but for the most part, it's great. It's great. It looks so much nicer. Yeah. I like it. I definitely think it sounds better than the KBD 67 Mark II. So, yeah. Fortunately, if you look at the brass weight here, this is something that KBD fans doesn't really worry too much about. Here. It's too bright. But over here, you can see lots of scratches. There's even like a small dent right there. And the same can be said on this other side. See, Peter Poppins says, oh wait, Soldier says, how much English did you know when you moved at 18? I knew zero English. No, I'm kidding. I've spoken English pretty much my entire life. Alright. There we go. Yeah, but this is a story that I like to share. As an international student, people have, you know, expectations. People have expectations of how you're supposed to talk, how you're supposed to like act. So I decided to jump in on that when I introduced myself to my roommate that year. Like, you know, he knew I was an international student. So I said, hello, I come from the Philippines. It is a pleasure to meet you. And I spoke exactly like that for an entire day. And then, like the next day, I was like, hey, what's up, man? completely floored. Completely floored. He's like, what the heck happened to your English? You think English is pretty common to learn in other countries? Definitely. Legendary troll. Yeah. All right. Let's start with how we usually start. Basically everything that is expiring the week of, and then I move on to stuff that I missed in the previous episode, and then stuff that is starting for the week. So here we go. The first thing on our list. All right, I gotta remember to link everything up as well so that you guys can follow along. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. The first thing on my list is all the way on drop. This is the Drop and Red Suns GMK Blue Samurai custom keycap set, retailing at $125. This looks familiar to you. This is pretty much Red Samurai but blue. So check it out. Basically, it's like all the same colors except the blue. $125. Let's see, what is the compatibility for this? Base kit, you get a full size, you get 65%, 75%, Sangan, HHKB, all of that is in there. If you want the Japanese Sub Legends one, you gotta spend $65. Well, I guess there's the Nishi one, and then there's the Hiragana one, both $65. The pure Hiragana one is basically there are no English legends on it whatsoever. Of course, if you want novelties, you also gotta dish out $55. Probably one of the more expensive novelty kits I have seen coming from GMK. If you still want novelties but don't necessarily want to spend that much, you can get the text-only novelties for $45. Look at all that. Spacebar is about $20, and let's see, when is this ending? This is ending on Tuesday, actually. Tuesday, June 30th. You got 2 more days, roughly 2 more days. And as this is a GMK set, things are a bit delayed, but I think the way Drop does it is that they pre-order everything. So check it out. Estimated ship date to you, the customer, is October 26th, 2020. I'd give that an extra month. I'm gonna guess more like November 26th. We'll see. Yeah, here we go. Let's see, out of all the sets going for this time period, I actually like this the best. I'm a big fan of blue and yellow and black, so this completely vibes with me. So yeah, I guess I've got 2 more days to decide if this is something that I absolutely want. Alright, the next thing on the list is Red Samurai. Red Samurai. Basically the same thing as Blue Samurai as I was talking about earlier, just different colors. And we have surprise guests. Hold on guys, I'm just gonna say hello to our surprise guest really quick.
Hi. Streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
Thanks for hooking me up earlier. Yeah. It's good to see you, and we should actually do a hangout, but
Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm back. Surprise guest came. Just wanted to say hello before I continue the rest of my stream. Alright.
I'm up for the challenge.
Let's see, what's next here? Oh yeah, this is basically the same as Blue Samurai. Same prices, same everything, just different colors. One is blue, one is red. Let's see, what else? Also scheduled delivery date of October 26th, 2020. Axelot says, any bets Macmillan is gonna ditch us? No, I am not gonna ditch you guys. Let's see. What else? Anything else different about this? Not really, to be honest. my guess is that this set in particular is going to be in stock a lot more often. Like if you guys have looked at all of drop boards, sometimes they have the option to have Red Samurai on it, but it's only enough keys specific to that layout. So I assume that's what they're going to do with this next set as well. Let's see. Mineral says, can you explain spacebar kits? What sizes are included when it doesn't say? Thinking about finding a key that supports split space, and honestly I never built anything but 6 or 6.25U. So when you're looking at spacebar kits like this, see, this is a 6U. Like, okay, so the whole reason why I know this is just because I'm so used to like seeing kits that I can just see and know. So these two up here are 6U. One is going to be center mounted and one is going to be slightly offset. The next one right here is going to be 6.25U with your regular stem spacing and all that, and then 7U. And what we see here is going to be I believe this is a 1.5, 2.25, and then 2.75U. There we go. So that should cover all your spacebar needs, I guess. See, I see a couple follows here. I see Willar1 has followed. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. All right, the next set that is expiring also on June 30th, this coming Tuesday, is GMK Rouge. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. GMK Rouge is being sold on TX keyboards here in the United States. The base kit sells for 120 bucks. Numpad is 45 bucks, and the 40s is 35 bucks. Check it out. Check it out. Let's take a closer look at this. These are all just renders, by the way. I actually think it looks pretty good, to be honest. As some of you know, I am slightly colorblind, so purple colors don't really look all that purple to me. But I know this is purple just because I've like read enough about it. But right now it totally doesn't look purple to me. You thought it was Rogue. Well, I could be mispronouncing it too. It could be Rogue, Rouge, Ruga, Rouge, Ruja. Watch me butcher all this. Butcher all the names. Right. Let's see. Oh, cool. It even lists all of the color codes and all that. See? So let's see. Estimated shipping date to proxies is actually early Q2 2021. And if it's not drop, I fully expect every other GMK set that I mention in this stream will deliver next year, either Q1 or Q2. So keep that in mind. Let me say that. Let's see. And interesting, look. TX Keyboard still accepts PayPal. Very cool. Alright, if you are not in the US, these are your proxies. You can go through Desk Hero, mykeyboard.eu, ILMKB, or DailyClack. Imagine pronouncing it like root. Alright, let's see. What's next? Did I actually link that? Yes, I did. Awesome. Okay. So I like really try my best to list this all in order. So the next one is actually expiring on July 3rd. This one is GMK Boneyard. And yes, that is not a name that I will mispronounce. GMK Boneyard is selling on Novelkeys, West Virginia. Base kit sells for 120. 40s kit sells for 40, Novelties kit 35, and the Domino kit also for 35. Group buy runs until July 3rd. That is what? That is Friday, this coming Friday. And as I said earlier, keycaps are scheduled to ship out in February 2021. This is a set by Tom Berry, who is most well known for creating Carbon, actually. And I believe it is also Tom Berry who created all the aftermarket plates for the Duck Eagle Viper V2, or at least that's what I was told. Yeah, check it out. If you are a fan of a darker colored key set with very subtle looking legends, this might be it. Let's see. What do the kits look like? There we go. Looks like that's full kit coverage, 100%, 75, 65, 66 key, 75, and 60%. Thornkin says, is that how it's pronounced, Tom Berry? Yes, it is Tom Berry. But I also could be wrong, you know. there are many. I am just gonna admit that I probably mispronounce a lot of the names and a lot of the key sets in this hobby, and the ironic thing is the reason why I'm named Merlin is also because of people who mispronounced my last name. So there we go. Oh, the irony. The irony. Thank your lucky stars. Thank you for following. I see you. Alright. Let's see. Our next key set. It's actually one that I missed, but I figured I'd actually go through it right now. And I lied. I don't actually have these in chronological order, but rather by key set. This one I completely missed last week. This one is SA2600, currently selling on the Kono store. Check it out, guys. If you're looking for something that's blue, purple, and yellow, this might be it. Oh, that's really weird. I guess that's the... I think that's a Keyboard Bell case. Keyboard Bell 3D printed case. That's probably it, yeah. Interesting. Reason on Twitch says puke. Oh my gosh. So check it out, guys. For the base kit right here. Base kit goes for $139.99. This is one of the more expensive sets this week. In fact, I think typically speaking, it's always more expensive on Kono. Not sure why. Yeah, base kit is about $140. Numpad is $30. The YY add-on is $25. Big Taro says 2600 is just so ugly. Inside says sup Merlin, sup to you too. Let's say, what is this inspired by? Is York Chan's homage to Stephen Hawking and his dire warnings about our future. Satire and reality collide on a daily basis with zero concern for our keyboarding sensibilities. Disinformation runs amok. Interesting. Very cool. So this is a set produced by Signature Plastics, which, if you guys don't know, is actually located here in Washington, about 20 minutes from the Canadian border. I've actually had the opportunity to visit them quite a few times. Let's see. One thing about this is you may join the group buy, but there is no indication of when it is. Oh wait, here it is. This group buy launched May 28th and is planned to close June 30th. Expected production time is 5 months. So that's basically what, November? November is when they're shipping. Yeah, not bad. I guess Signature Plastics isn't too popular these days, so they have free manufacturing, I guess. Or their manufacturing line has freed up quite a bit. Alright, the next set is also going to be SA. Let's see, copy and paste. The next set, also SA. SA Dreameater. This looks familiar to you. It's most similar to SA 1979. What else? Valbloom, and I guess this is the next Gradient key set that's coming out. To be honest, I'm still a big fan of 1979 versus this, or Valbloom actually. Look at that. This is also a Signature Plastic set, so will be manufactured here in Washington State. Go Washington! Looks like estimated shipping date is December 2020. Not bad. This one is expiring on June 30th. No, actually no, I'm wrong. July 1st. So that would be Wednesday. All renders were produced by Oblotsky. This is an SA fully sculpted set, so it's not all uniform. If SA is something you don't like, you may want to stay away from this one. Let's see. Jackie Ryder says, the few times I've driven by the Boeing factory in Washington State, I'm blown away by the sheer size of their property. There are many Boeing factories, actually. Let's see. What is the pricing of each of these kits? Let's see. Alright. Oh, that's actually not bad at all. Base kit, 94. Yeah. What's that in US dollars? Let's see, let me just do my little calculator here. That is roughly 117 US dollars. Okay. That's not bad for an SA kit. Especially if you look at the compatibility here. Let's see. That's mainly TKL. Actually, I take that back. This doesn't have very good compatibility. Look at that. It's only 60% TKL. That, let's see, that almost looks like 65 and 75. Is there a Sangan support? No, there is not. So if you have an HHKB board, this might not be it. Alright. Once again, this ends July 1st. See, Zeta says no spacebar. That is true. No spacebar as well. Alright, let's talk about our next set here. This is a set that I also really like. And it's fairly cheap. Here we go. ePBT Ivory. So this is another one of those charity sets. Let's see, where does it actually say it? This group buy is donating profits to save the elephants. There we go. As you can see, it is called ePBT Ivory with lots of elephant iconography. So for example, this desk mat. This is probably one of the nicest desk mats I've ever seen. So if anything, I will buy this. For those of you who tune into my regular streaming, you know that I don't really like ePBT so much because of all of the warpage that I've seen. As much as I think the set looks good, if it doesn't work on my keyboards, it's kind of a difficult buy. But if anything, I'll definitely be buying this desk mat. And this one's not bad looking either. This one's more, I don't know what this is inspired by. It's not very elephant-like, I'd say. Alright, let's see, how much is this? Base kit goes for about 75 bucks. Numpad is 15. Spacebar is 12. Icon set is 15. Novelkeys with the elephants, which is pretty cute. It's about 15 bucks. International kit is 15. Nomad's also 15, and a Rama inspired enter key is about 56 bucks. Let's see. It's actually closing on July 6th. Ah, that changed. Kono tends to change things as the group buy goes through, but yeah, I guess this is no longer ending on July 1st, but on July 6th. And estimated production time is 8 weeks from group buy close. As someone who has worked with Kono before, definitely add a little bit extra to that time, because it can take a very long time. Yeah, Thornkin says, that's a lot of keys for 15. I know, right? ePBT is usually very cheap, so I'm glad that this is the case with this set. And I'm also glad that a lot of the profits actually go to save the elephants. Like, I guess if you really believe in their cost, just buy the whole thing, I guess, and don't have to use the key set. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, I think this desk mat is a must buy for me. Absolutely must buy. It's so pretty. Like it's got it's like there's a story to it, you know? There's like a safari going on in the back. You've got like a family of like elephants here. Very cool. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. If you don't want to buy it through Kono, they are also like I believe the other proxy is KBD fans. So if you regularly buy from KBD fans anyway, that might be the place to buy. All right. Whew, this is such a long list, guys. Holy crap. Next up is from Cannon Keys. Cat Explosion. Cat Explosion, another cat set from Cannon Keys. Every kit in this key set is like under 60 bucks. You've got like 30, 45. I think the most expensive is the TKL ones. Or where are they? Text mods. There we go, 60 bucks for like all that. Holy cow. So yeah, there are two kits associated with this. You got the red one, the red and yellow one, and you get the yellow and purple one. Personally, I like the Alt Alphas the best. Check it out. The red one doesn't do it for me, but the purple, despite the fact that I can't see the true shade of purple, I still think it looks a whole lot better. Look at that. I think someone mentioned last night that if you were truly to buy all of the kits in a cat key set, you would spend upwards of $400. There's so many of them. so many. This group buy expires on July 1st, which is this Wednesday, actually. This Wednesday, and the delivery date is expected to be February of 2021. Another long date. Which is weird, because you would think that Cat isn't as backed up as GMK, but they seem to be delivering around the same time. So I don't know what's up with that. Don't know what's up with that. If you guys like cats like me, speaking of cats, I'm wearing a cat shirt right now. Yeah, you can buy these Rama keycaps. Let's see, what are people saying here? It's good for customizing. Cat Red Samurai, totally see that. Slato says don't need all those mods. Creative has run into issues for their last few sets as far as I know. Interesting. You only need alpha and mods to cover most layouts. Very true. Either delays or QC issues. If I'm not mistaken, Cat is always going to be PBT, right? And PBT is a harder material to work with. So that's probably why. Probably why. Speaking of cats, if you guys don't like any of these and you would prefer blank legends instead, we got that too. Got cat blanks. Cat blanks expiring on July 3rd, actually. Oops, let me transition my screen. There we go. Cat blanks all the way on apexkeyboards.ca. Basically, you get compatibility for quite a few things. Someone mentioned it yesterday on stream because I was complaining that I don't see any 65. Someone's like, well, if there are no legends, you can just use the keys from the numpad. And I'm like, wait, how come I never thought about that? So yeah, this is what you get for 60 bucks. You get quite extensive compatibility. Let's see, what's 60 Canadian? Let's say 60 Canadian to USD. What, that's like, oh wow, that is $44. Zerkowski says, how are you doing? How are you doing yourself? I am doing great. Let's see, Cat Milkshake had all sorts of QC issues. I definitely heard about that. I wonder if this Cat Blank set will actually run into less QC issues just because it's no legends, right? Yeah, if you guys want to try out Cat for cheap and don't mind not having any legends whatsoever, 44 bucks. $44 plus probably some shipping. Look at that. Production is scheduled for July to September and fulfillment sometime between September and October. If this is a set you guys are interested in, you got till Wednesday to purchase this. Wednesday. Oh wait, no. I read that wrong. You guys have quite a long time to purchase this. This is actually ending. Let's see. No. Sorry. I got my dates mixed up. July 3rd. Yep, it's still July 3rd. I was reading something else here. Yeah, you guys got until Wednesday to purchase this. 44 bucks. Man, that is a very good deal. Very good deal. All right. Let's see, anything else key set related here? I think that is all the key sets that are expiring for this coming week. Ooh, look, I have a bot. Actually, I think you mean Friday. July 3rd, yes, July 3rd is Friday indeed. There is a bot. Xenophobia, thank you. Thank you for banning the bot. All right. Out of all the key sets that are expiring, what are you guys most interested in? Let's see, let's go through them really quick again. We've got Blue Samurai, Red Samurai, Rouge, Boneyard, SA2600, SA Dreameater, ePBT Ivory, and Cat Explosion. See, Zedith is most interested in Ivory. Zerkowski is Modern Dolch. Cat Blank, Scott Water already bought it. Cam Ghost. Very cool. Moto 2, Cat, Blue Samurai. Just bought Moto, very cool. Is Moto expiring too? I don't think I saw that expiring just quite yet. Here, let's go look. Dixie Mech. We look it up. Yep, you guys are correct. Moto 2 is also expiring. There, let me put that in my list here. Here we go. It's actually expiring on July 2nd, not July 3rd. Very cool. Completely forgot about this one. Let's see. This is one of the cheapest sets. Actually, I think this is the cheapest set that was running this past month. For 99 bucks, you get TKL support, 65, 75s, all the good smaller boards. Let's see, the Mist set, 109, add-on is 30, aesthetic is 30, numbers are 35, alternate is 20, modern is 40, command is 20. That seems really expensive for just the commands, but oh well. Obscure is 40 and Nord is 55 bucks. Let's see. This one is also expected to ship around Q1 2021, just because it's GMK, everything's backed up. But yeah, thanks for reminding me, guys. This one expires July 2nd. Very cool. Let's see, what else is everyone interested in? I feel like most people here mentioned Moto 2. Yeah, most people seem to have mentioned Moto 2. I see someone, let's see, Slado said GMK Boneyard. I actually will agree with you on that. I think GMK Boneyard looks better than Moto 2. Let's see, Duncan Yo-Yo says SA Dreameater is your pick. Nice. Niv180 says Blue Samurai. Very cool. Zark says Moto is no-go. Very cool. Here we go. Let's see. I think in terms of what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and go for GMK Blue Samurai and the Cat Blanks. And the ePBT Ivory Mat. Those are the 4 things that I want. Alright, let's talk about keyboard group buys that are ending. Starting with the one that everyone's been talking about, or at least everywhere I go, everyone keeps talking about this. This is the Zenith from Foundry. Check it out, guys. This is a 65% with blocker and with left macro keys. This retails for about $450. Limited group buy until July 30th. Let's talk about a little about this board. Case designed by Ion Keyboards, the same people who made the Xeno, and PCB designed by Wilbatech, manufactured by Rama. Isolated gasket mount, and it's got compressed 1.6mm polyurethane foam strips. Very cool. Indulgence of gravity. Zenith features bottom weight milled from brass. 5 colors available, and you have a choice between a solderless keyboard or a solderable one. And that's the WT65XT and the WT65XTX. Very interesting. In terms of layout support, it doesn't really support that much. You've got split backspace, you've got 1.25U mods and a 6.25U spacebar, and I've never actually seen having the escape and the 1 not split like that. Very cool. Xenophobia says buzzwords. Okay, so this has a 7.5 degree typing angle. It's a 3-piece enclosure, USB-C interface, and if I'm not mistaken, this will also have a daughter board. So the main PCB itself will be connected to a smaller PCB that acts solely as a USB port. If I'm not mistaken, that's how it's going to be, just because that's been Rama's designs quite lately. That's normal stepped keycap. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Not wide escape key. I was looking at that, I was like, okay, that's odd. That's actually good to know, because I was wondering why anyone would do this. I think the last time I saw this was on the Vortex Race 75. So I was like, whew, good to know, good to know. But yeah, you guys get all of this for $450. Let's see. Do things increase in price based on color? Nope. Color doesn't change, but I'm sure the brass will change it. There we go. Upgrading to a brass plate brings up the price by $20. By doing a solderable PCB, oh, there's no price difference in PCB. It's mainly just in your plate. Interesting. Very cool. Okay, well, last time I asked them, like the last time I mentioned this, I don't think Rama actually, or I don't think Wilbur actually gave a date that it would be shipping. So who knows? I'm not seeing it here. No exact date, but I would imagine, let's see, I think his other group buys have gone for 6 months, 6 to 7 months. So I would assume it's about the same time. Shipping in some time really far away. Yeah, very true. 2022, no, it can't be 2022. At least 2021, or at most 2021. Alright, the next keyboard kit that is expiring is also expiring this Tuesday, June 30th. And it's not like any of the boards that I've talked about so far. This is a Velocifier and KK75 keyboard kit. Check it out, guys. Velocifier is a relatively low-cost OEM board. You'll see a bunch of their boards on like Amazon for less than 70 bucks. So it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of a CA66, but it allows you to have a half plate option right there. It is really, really weird. Let's see. So this is not a QMK powered board. This is not QMK or VIA. This is their own custom firmware whatsoever. But it comes with a lot of different colors. Let's see. So you can pick Angel White, Elegant Gray, Mysterious Black, Prussian Blue, Lowly Pink. I think that's the funny one. Lowly Pink. Passionate Red. And you can upgrade to a brass plate. You got extra PCB. You can actually engrave the brass name badge here with like anything you want. So yeah, all that for 219 bucks. I believe if you do the custom for your name badge, it brings up the price by an additional 20, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually I'm wrong. With $10, extra $10. Yeah, it is a Type-C board with KK75 software, which you can supposedly remap your keys on. You can do macro, you can do musical rhythm, and get this, guys. The typing angle is 4 degrees. That is probably, other than flat boards, that might be the lowest angled board I've seen. See, because like I've got a 5-degree board here. Yeah, because I think even my discipline is at least 5. So being 4 degrees is really, really shallow. Look at that. Personally, I don't think the board looks all that great. Maybe if I had been buying Velocifier boards for the longest time, this would look like an upgrade, but compared to boards in our community right now, this one looks mundane. Where is Velocifier from? Velocifier is from China, if I'm not mistaken. Lenore at velocifiertech.com. Let me look that up. Velocifiertech.com. What can it tell me about us? Let's look at about us. They're not really saying much about where they're from, but yeah. Doing a quick search doesn't tell you where they're from, but because I have bought Velocifier products in the past, and I am, if I remember correctly, they did come from China. Thornkin says you have to buy it to find out. Must have a built-in microphone. See, look, it doesn't even show any PCB, which worries me. Alright guys, the next board that is ending this week is the corn. There you go. The corn currently selling on Z Frontier for 150 bucks. Check it out. Looks like it's being, in these photos, it's being driven by an Elite C. Very cool. Let's see. Estimated ship date is September of 2020. If you guys like a split keyboard, a small split keyboard with low profile switches, this might be the board to get. Let's see. What does this come with? Designed by Board Source. I keep hearing about the corn. Like honestly, I keep hearing about the corn and how many issues people have with it. So seeing this on Group Buy, I'm like, sure, okay. If hopefully all of the issues have been sorted out. Who knows? Most of the issues I've read about has to deal with the RGB on it. Let's see. You know, to be honest, that's mostly of what I know about the corn. That's actually why I know about the corn, because of the numerous LED issues. Surface mount, ugh. Surface mount isn't that hard. Let's see. What else do we know about this? Pro Micros. It says Pro Micros, but the pictures all have an Elite C. See, 150 bucks for like all this? I think it's not a bad price, to be honest. See, Corn LP is a protable. I'm sure he means portable. Protable. And affordable low-profile split keyboard from Board Source. See, you must purchase KL low-profile switches. Let's see, who sells low-profile switches these days? Does Novelkeys still have them? Yep, they do. Novelkeys still has low profiles. Good. Awesome. Alright, I think that is it for all of the group buys that are ending. So last week I did miss one board that I only recently found out about. Oh, here we go. This next board is the Elongate. The next board is the Elongate for $350 at Canon Keys. Look at this. This is a 40% with numpad and with exploded away arrow keys. Let's see. There are prototypes available already. Look at this. Check it out, guys. Check out that spacebar. That's really interesting. There's a split between the spacebar, and the reason why is that's where the indicator LEDs go. Like there's indicator LEDs there, but there's also some over here. It's really interesting. One of the biggest complaints is about 40% is that there are no arrow keys, or arrow keys are like under 3 layers or something like that, and it's the same with the numpad. But with this, it's kind of like the Clarabelle, because you have the arrow keys as well. But I believe this one looks a lot nicer. This one looks a lot nicer. That's 350 bucks currently on Project Keyboard. Teal Rise says, you forgot Clarabelle. Clarabelle was from last week, buddy. And in fact, Clarabelle already sold out. Teal Rise, the group buy is ending 6:30, but it's also already sold out. That's why we covered it last week. There. Okay. So this board is actually designed by Mr. Keebs. It's another fellow streamer. In fact, why Mr. Keebs? If you guys watch all of my Tuesday streams, I actually make use of his tool, his KLE to QMK tool, which takes all of my KLE layouts with all of the rows and columns mapped, and it converts it into the .h files that QMK uses. You know? So then, let's see, what else is here? Yep, QMK firmware and VIA compatible. The PCB designer is Gondolindrum. Gondolindrum is actually the person who first taught me about ESD protection. So that's pretty cool. So this board has ESD protection, it has QMK, it has VIA, all that good stuff. And if you actually go on Mr. Keeb's streams, if you watch his streams, I believe he's built 2 of these. Pretty cool. 350 bucks. This might be the most usable 40 for me, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to spend 350 bucks on it. A little piece says they both Brazilian too, for sure. Both Brazilian, both very talented. No, it's funny. I still owe Mr. Keebs a space bar when I once sold him like an Alps kit, but I forgot to include one of the space bars that he needed. So he's like, "Oh, just give it to me whenever we're both in the US again." And I'm like, when is that gonna happen, man? So I'm hoping one of these days we will be at the same meetup together, and I'm just gonna go up to Mr. Keebs and be like, "Hey man, here's the space bar. Here's the space bar that you need." All right. Let's see what's next. What's next here? Oh yeah, for proxies. Proxies are Ilum KB, mykeyboard.eu, and dailyclack.com. Very cool. Reason on Twitch says, "So what are you buying from today's items?" I'm mainly buying key sets, but I have other stuff that's coming up in this same stream that I am going to be buying. So we'll be talking about that later. All right. Okay, now that we've talked about all the group buys that are ending, we're going to talk about all the group buys that are starting. Hold on. Give me a second here while I set that all up, guys. Here we go. So most of these items that I'll be talking about will still be in like IC. So none of the links I post will actually allow you to buy them quite yet. Here we go. All right, the first item that I want to talk about is another key set. Here we go. Did that go up? Yep, there it is. This is Cat Hyperfuse. Hyperfuse is one of my favorite sets of all time. At one point, I had JTK Hyperfuse, SA Hyperfuse, and GMK Hyperfuse. All 3 at the same time. And I eventually stuck with just, oh, and also DSA Hyperfuse. But I decided to cut down on them, so now the only ones that I have is DSA and SA Hyperfuse. So yeah, but this one is making me want to buy it, for sure. Cat Hyperfuse. Check it out. What are these legends? Pretty crazy, but look at it. If you were unhappy with SA Hyperfuse, like I was, this might be the set to get. Check it out, guys. See, based on the renders, these renders look very, very close to SA Hyperfuse. So I wonder if the if Cat can actually actually match it or not. There we go. Looks like it's being split up like the rest of the Cat sets. You've got Alphas. You've got Ancient Alphas. You've got ISO. You've got North, South, French, Colvrac. What else? Modifiers. Modifier text. Modifier icons. Purple accent text. Purple accent icons. There's so many of these. Teal accent text. Holy crap. This is a lot of stuff, guys. Look at that. And here we go. This is another render on an 1800 layout board. Very cool. Vendors are going to be mykeyboard.eu and Originative here in the United States, which is interesting. We haven't really heard from Originative in a long time, so them coming back and running a group buy like this, I'm like, dang. Good to see them back though. Here we go. Yeah, I will most likely be buying one of these sets. It's probably because Originative does GMK Hyperfuse. They also do SA Hyperfuse, which is probably right. SA and DSA Hyperfuse. Dr. Owen says, Originative doesn't exactly have a flawless reputation, right? I believe like all vendors in our community right now, no one exactly has a flawless reputation. But Originative is one of the quote unquote original vendors of our community. There were times where he didn't ship quite speedily. I believe he's still a one-man show. Did you guys know that at one point, Huey, also known as Man of Interest, used to work for Originative? Let's see. Look at all these. Very cool. Ooh. I like it. I like it for sure. Let's see. This is supposed to be starting on 6/29. That's tomorrow, actually. Let's see. 6/29. So if this is something you guys are interested in, definitely head over to Originative or your closest proxy. Let's see, I'm trying to look for a price here. Not really seeing a price. Oh, there we go. Completely missed it earlier. Here we go. Alphas are 35. And modifiers are 65. Okay, so that's $100. $100. Not bad. Not bad. Originative is known to be pricier than the rest, but $100 isn't bad at all for an entire set. That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Here we go. Here are the prices for the GB. The only missing one is the regular spacebar kit, as there has been a problem with the coding. Very cool. Let's see. I will most likely purchase regular alphas and text alphas. Alright, I mean text modifiers right there. I'm not so sure if I want any of the teal stuff quite yet, but we shall see. We shall see. Let's see, I'm seeing a couple more followers here. Jelly _ Spielin Mitshark, Keebon Me, and Not Barney, and also Teal Rice. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for following. Pork Chop Express using 69 bits. Thank you, man. All right. Let's see. The next set that is starting is actually SA Mizu, starting July 1st. SA Mizu. If you guys loved Mizu, in fact, Mizu is one of my favorite sets, and I did not realize that I loved Mizu until I saw it at a meetup. I guess that's one of the most dangerous things of going to a meetup. I saw it at the... Let's see, which meetup did I see it in? I saw it in SoCal. And I was like, that actually looks really good. I need to buy it. So I ended up buying it, and now it's on my Satisfaction 75. Here we go. SA Mizu is going to be on Canon Keys, My Keyboard, Daily Clack, Ilum KB, and Desk Hero. Let's see, let's take a look at all the kit coverage. That is too big. What the heck? Alright, let me try and resize that. That's just retarded. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Much better. There we go. Okay, so for SA, what do you get here? You get a full kit. You get space bars 2.25 and 2.75. You get a 7U, 6.25, 7. Wow, this is looking like a very expensive set. Yeah. Wow. Let's see. Oh, I like that ISO key. I like that ISO keys icon right there. That's pretty cool. See, Axel says only 140. Really? This is only 140? 149. That's... What do you guys think? Is 149 a fair price for this? See, Scott Water says it's pretty good for everything you get. But it's also SA. That's the thing. It does have a lot of compatibility for sure. Looks like maybe around $1 per key. Here, hold on. I'm just gonna pull out my Mizu. Actually, like, the funny thing is, I don't know where my Mizu is. I think it's this one. Yep, it's this guy. I need to label all of my TX bags. Here we go. Mizu. One of my favorite sets of all time. Not sure if it will translate well into SA, but we shall see. We shall see. Look it out. Check it out, guys. Oh, I have to adjust my lighting a little bit here. There we go, so it's not all too shiny. This is my Satisfaction 75. In E-White. I actually wish they would rerun GMK Mizu rather than SA Mizu. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Casual keyboard flex, I know, right? Braz said, did you see the Reddit picture of Mizu that was posted the other day? It was so bad it looked like Cafe or really? No way. You cry every time you see this keyboard? Why? Why would you cry? Let's see. Here we go. So this set actually goes all the way from July 1st till August 1st. You guys have one entire month to do this. I guess we'll talk more about this once it's actually in play, once it's group buying. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like one of my favorite colorways, but at the same time, it's one of my least favorite profiles. Even if it's a good deal, 140 bucks, I'd probably just end up wasting 140 bucks because I would buy it and it would sit in a case. It wouldn't do anything at all. So this might be one that I sit out on, to be honest. There. Talk about the next key set that is starting up. Also on July 1st. Also on July 1st, GMK Classic Red. Here we go. From July 1st till August 1st. If you guys remember, we talked about Classic Blue. I think that was, what, a month or 2 months ago? This is the red version. And just like with Classic Blue, when I first saw this, I immediately thought of a Tai Hao set. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Very cool. That burn. No, I'm like serious. It's like just like with Classic Blue. Tai Hao used to sell a bunch of sets that looked like this. You know, like blue or red modifiers with blue or red legends. So like obviously the GMK one is gonna look much nicer and it's also gonna be much higher quality, but just that colorway reminds me of Tai Hao. All right, let's say this one. This is a very simple set that I was inspired to do after seeing Arslock and Heine's Classic Blue. I've run it by them. They are both okay with me bringing this set to IC. So this means you can pretty much use any color and call it classic whatever. You can have a classic yellow, classic green, classic purple. Someone should make something like classic white. It'll just be like all white. Oh my gosh. Cool beans. Classic poop, all brown. Let's see, so who will be selling this? In terms of vendors, here in the US, it'll be with TX keyboards. Base kit is going for 120 bucks. Alpha's kit, 85, and space bars for 25. Let's see, if only I could figure out what color is that white? Did it say anywhere? Here we go, CP white. So CP white is going to be the same white that GMK Merlin has. And a couple people mentioned to me that they wish that GMK Merlin had more spacebars. So if that is one of you, or if you have a GMK Olivia round 1 set, it's also using CP. So this might be your chance to get better spacebars. Like here, I believe this is a 6U center stem and a 6U off center stem, along with 1.5, 2.25, and 2.75 spacebars. So I think I might actually buy just the spacebar kit. Why do people include the B key? Because when you have a split keyboard, such as when you need split spacebars, sometimes the B is elsewhere. And I think it's funny too. Alright, the next set. The next set is also, let's see, it's also GMK. Come on, copy and paste. There we go. The next set is GMK Nuclear Data from Heinebusch. Based on the original SA Nuclear Data Group Buy, ran in R3 SA back in the day, he has finally obtained permission from the original SAGB organizer. By Sam Wise Coy. Man, I have not heard that name in a long time. I think the last time I talked with Sam Wise Coy, he was making a battle station board. There we go. So this is GMK Nuclear Data. Looks pretty much the same as the SA version. Being run by Heinebusch. And just like the original SA data, I am not a fan of this. See, thank you very much to Oblotsky for the renders. Awesome. Of course, it's on his TKL one. It's on his HBCP. And on the Bauer. Let's see, who is running this? What vendors? Is it just going to be on Heine's website? SA version looked alright. Okay, so I think the reason why SA Nuclear Data was run on SA is because these are more industrial type boards, right? And I would imagine in a nuclear power station or so, you would have bigger keycaps. Like if you go to machine shops, a lot of their buttons are quite large, which works very well for Signature Plastics. They showed us some of their machines and they did have SA caps on them. So I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Duncan Yo-Yo says, feels like the University of Miami keycap set. Oh my gosh, really? Let me look at University of Miami right now. Let's see, let's just make sure. Oh, you're right. You are totally right. It's the same colors. That's funny. Okay. I guess if you like nuclear data or if you like the University of Miami, this might be the set to go. Who knows? Let's see. This group buy is expected to start July 4th. Independence Day here in the United States. The vendors TBA. Look at that. TBA not determined yet, which is kind of worrisome because July 4th is what? That's this week, guys, and vendors are still TBA. I'm willing to bet he's gonna run it through his own store. We'll see though. We'll see. All right. Those are all the key sets that are starting. So out of all the key sets, what are you guys most interested in? Just to give you a rerun of that, that's Cat Hyperfuse, SA Mizu, GMK Classic Red, and GMK Nuclear Data. What key sets are you guys most interested in? Cat Hyperfuse 707 says, could skip on all of these. Cat Hyperfuse is pretty compelling. I'm gonna agree with that. Cautiously optimistic about Cat Hyperfuse. No GMK Blush. GMK Blush is temporarily postponed. None of the above. Wish Mizu wasn't SA. I am on you with that. I wish Mizu was also in Cat. That one I would actually buy. Cool beans. Yeah, I think I am gonna skip on GMK Nuclear Data and on Classic Red, but Cat Hyperfuse. Cat Hyperfuse, definitely. Mizu will probably run on Cat eventually. Everything will run on Cat. Waiting on later sets, says Teal Rice. Very cool. Cat is growing in popularity. Cat feels very good. Cat is actually my favorite high profile key set. I like it better than MT3. I like it better than Cam. Gundam Cheese says Cat Merlin. Maybe, we'll see. We need to make sure everyone gets their GMK Merlin first before I can continue with any kind of other Merlin. Alright, done. Let me just put away my satisfaction. And we will start talking about keyboards that are starting group buy. Alright, let's say the next set, or actually not the next set because we've already talked about all the sets. The next keyboard, actually, that is starting this week. I know everyone's been waiting for this. Here we go, let's talk about it. The Novelkey 65 V2. What I have in front of me is the V1 aluminum edition. I was fortunate enough to get in on it when it was only 140 bucks. It's still using like the old Novelkeys logo. I suspect V2 will have a different logo. We don't know quite yet. This one is running the Novelkeys black on white Taihao cubic set. And yeah, if you guys buy an aluminum edition, it will pretty much look like this. But here, let's see. Currently, V2 is still not on here. He will not make those links live until June 30th at 12 p.m. EST. So make sure you guys hop in on it. There will be two versions available. One of them will be the Alu, which you see here, and the other one will be Polycarb. Polycarb will be 95 bucks, and I believe the Alu will be 180. Just $10 more expensive than it used to be. If you guys want to know more about this board, definitely hit up my review of this. And if I have time, I might do an actual NK65 versus KBD67 review. But these will go fast. I actually think that the entry one, like the $95 one, might disappear in under 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is being optimistic. So yeah, Mike Sickler has said that it will be one per person, so don't expect to buy more than one. Like don't think you can buy one or two just to flip and all that. You doubt it'll be over 30 seconds. Yeah, we'll see. I am personally hoping to get the Polycarb edition just because I don't have a Polycarb board, and I figure at 95 bucks it'll be a good amount to spend on something I've never tried before. Also, I am quite curious to see what would happen if I took the metal top from this, the aluminum top, and replace the bottom with Polycarb. Just because one of the main critiques of the Alu version was that it doesn't sound that good. You know, it doesn't sound that good. So I'm wondering what would happen if I replaced the bottom with Polycarb. I'm also trying to remake the plate into brass. So if I can get that all figured out and printed in time, I might have a better sounding NK65, but who knows, we'll see. I was thinking of doing the same thing for the KBD67, But based on what I learned from the KBD fans Discord server, the two pieces were not compatible at all. So I'm hoping it's a different case for this. Who knows? We'll see. But those are my plans. If any of you are planning to buy it, you'll be competing with me. I will be up bright and early. I will have all of my passwords typed in. I will be refreshing every second. One lap down says, I think Teja was able to put the polycarbonate top on an aluminum body, but not the other way around. Ooh, interesting. We shall see. Bad Seed said he took apart the purple entry and it would not go back together. Oof. There's a gap on poly, so be careful. Very interesting. I guess I will find out when I get my unit. And yes, I will get my unit. I will fight all of you for it. Alright, the next board on my list is the JER 80. This board is opening on July 1st, 7 a.m. EST. Yep, 7 a.m. EST with only 20 slots available. If you guys are a fan of the vintage aesthetic and would like a vintage aesthetic like TKL, this is the board to get. Check it out. 20 units available. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. EST, which is crazy because what? I'm here in Seattle, so that would put me at like 4. 4 a.m. just for this board, which I am not going to do. Let's see. Check it out. The price is $650, excludes shipping and PayPal fees. You can spend an extra $50 for extra PCB, and compatible with previous J80 and can be purchased along with a separate link. Holy cow. Shipping cost, SF Express, South Korea 41, United States and Canada 71. Wow. That's all in all, this is an over $700 board. Let's see, time and unit, 40 units, 2 time zones. 20 for 7 a.m. EST and 20 for 7 p.m. EST. Wow, that is super tight. Super tight. Let's see, any specs? Aluminum case, hand polished stainless steel weight, internal sound dampener, plateless, NCR front nameplate, all that good stuff. But what the question is, will this board have QMK? And no, the board does not have QMK apparently. Okay, that is a hard pass for me. Oh my word. That does look really good though. Look at that. I believe this is the original Triumph Adler key set. Look at that. Pictures do look nice, but still a hard pass for me. Look, there's a special surprise. At the time of delivery, I will send out one unique J80S within 20 of them. This unique cover will be made of PC with a large stainless steel weight. It sounds exciting, isn't it? That's funny. Wow. Who is this guy? Skywoo with 5 posts. He's located in New York. And he's wanting to run a very limited group buy. I'm a little bit hesitant about this. Let's see. How long has he been? Date registered. Okay, so he's at least been here for a year, but still, that's 5 posts? No way, man. No way. Yeah, that's a little bit sketch, to be honest. Though the Jur boards are actually very, very well known, and they are very well made. So if you know this guy, if you've been in any other Jur group buys, this might be a thing. Who knows? Mineral 4X says, do you think he is actually in New York? Maybe. Maybe not. It's the internet, right? You can say that you're from anywhere or anything on the internet. Like, for all you guys know, I could be a 55-year-old old man. And this is all just VR right here. Alright, the next one, I think, is on the other end of the spectrum. Instead of being over $700, this one's super cheap. This one is super cheap. This is the Device 1. It's a very, very cheap keyboard kit. I believe this is the second time that it's running. Real image, not a render. Very nice. Let's see. There is even a typing test done. You may choose board angle of either 0, 4, or 8 degrees. And what else? We'll support ANSI, ISO, split backspace, split left shift, and arrow keys. And he did not actually give a... He did not give a price here, did he? Hold on, let me look at it. Here we go. Let's actually look at the site. Here we go. Starting at $98. The device 2 includes 60% PCB with pre-soldered STM32 microcontroller. Very cool. 3D printed case, 4X cork, anti-skid bumpers. Very cool. I feel like this is a lot more expensive than the first time. I think the first time it was only $70, if I remember correctly. A USB cable will be available for an extra $5. Will likely be on July 3rd at 3 p.m. Pacific or PDT, but we'll send a follow-up email to those who fill out the interest form confirming this date. Very cool. But it will be open for at least 12 hours, regardless of quantity. I think the first time they did this, it was actually gone in 3 hours because people were buying them to be like stuffing, to be like stocking stuffers. It was so cheap. But $98 makes it a little less unaffordable. Oh well. Guess we'll see. Let's look at the renders again, guys. Pretty, pretty. Very pretty. Is this just a practice 60? Pretty much, but with the microcontroller soldered on. Right, I will link the other one. There is a second GB buried there for the $38 kit. Ah, okay, that's probably it. Cool. Alright, the next group buy that I want to talk about that's starting is starting also on July 4th. And this is the one that I am most interested in. Come on, switch screen. Nope, not that one. Where did my screens go? There we go. This guy right here. This is the ZekWorks Ogre, a seamless gasket 60%. And it's being done by Raffle. If you guys think this looks fairly familiar, it is inspired by the OTD 356 Mini. Check it out, guys. So if you look at it, this kind of look is very similar to the NK65. And by similar, I mean seamless. This board is also seamless. See? Like so. And seamless is a design language that I really, really like. 35 spots, 35 raffle spots, you are correct. Let's see. That you have a choice between silver, red, gray, or black. Let's look at a couple more vendors here. It's got the ogre engraving on the right hand side there. Here we go. There is actually a prototype available. Check that out. There is a canal there for the daughter board cable. Very cool. Amy Loon says, I'm gonna try it because like it's been keeping my eye on it. Okay. Look at that. Half plates are available apparently. There we go. This board looks really good. Yeah, it's, you don't see too many keyboards, too many 60% that are seamless. So this really catches my eye. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I got the NK65, because it was seamless. Like, you know, it was a very cheap board to begin with. And if you've tuned into my other streams, I like always talk about trying to save my money for higher end boards, but yet I bought a cheaper board. And it's because I don't see too many 60s with a seamless design. So yeah, this is definitely a board that I have my eyes on as well. I'm gonna try my best to actually get in on it. Let's see, I'm gonna wake up super early. Missed out on the K, might get this. I would say this is a nicer board than the K. Based on the aesthetics, this is a nicer board. Let's see, what other information can we find out on this? There we go. Kit specifications. Look at that. Look who made the PCB, Mr. Heine Bush. It's got a unified daughter board with the specs by IO3. So let's see. If I'm not mistaken, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at it again. The unified daughter board, I've seen specs that say it's got an ESD chip, but nope, I'm not seeing any there. Amy Loon says, Merlin, go away. I'm sorry. No, I need this. I need this in my life. Let's see. Typing angle is 4.5 degrees. Unbuilt weight is 1.3 pounds. And the price tentatively is $375 to $400. With a minimum and maximum and an MOQ of 35 units. In terms of layout compatibility, you've got split right shift, you've got split backspace, and stepped or non-stepped caps lock, but you are completely tied to a Sangan-like bottom row. Amy says, at least if you win and I don't, I will get to see you build it on stream. That's true. That's true. Very cool. So you planned ads on. You can buy an additional PCB, O-rings, one per order. You can buy a plate, either a half polycarb or a full aluminum one. And top and bottom color choices, I guess you can pick. But since it's seamless, it doesn't really make much sense to pick a completely different colored bottom. Slot is good says, Merlin, the unified daughter board is supposed to have ESD. It is supposed to have it, but I'm not seeing a chip on the actual board. Heine also puts ESD on his boards anyway. Here, let's search for ESD. No mention of ESD anywhere on the first page. So who knows? But I know Heine Bush always puts ESD on his PCB, so I'm pretty sure it's on there. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Raffle information, dates, and pricing. Here we go. On July 4th, the first window is July 4th, 10 a.m. Eastern. And the second window is also July 4th, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, good to know. Entry process. Everyone will be permitted to enter in the raffle once. Please choose one entry window. Cool. Very cool. Raffle results. The 35 raffle winners will be chosen on the morning of July 5th, and winners will be notified shortly after. You will have 48 hours from the time of invoice receipt to make appropriate changes and pay for your slot. Cool, cool, cool. As a very serious reminder, payment will not be accepted as a valid form of payment. PayPal, I mean. Keep in mind though that you can still use Google Pay or Apple Pay, and I believe you can add PayPal to that. Big Taro says that's the key cult raffle window times. Why is this so exclusive? I don't know. Pricing is $400. Very cool. Q&A. Will you change something small to fit my niche needs? Never. Nice. Will you consider increasing the quantity? No. Will there be extra kits? No. Why do you limit extra add-ons? It'll make things easier for me in the long run. Very true. Very true. I'm just going to take my shot at this and see if I can win it. In terms of what color I would choose, I would pick gray. Because I don't have a gray board yet. Or, I don't have a gray 60% yet. Cool. Alright. So these are the last keyboards that actually have a date for this coming week. However, this weekend, Ilum KB's Lewis did reveal some information. Apparently, the Primus is supposed to go on sale next week. Hopefully. Hopefully. If you don't know what the Primus is a 75% keyboard. I believe I talked about this last week as well. But last week I mentioned that it was supposed to be sometime end of June. No date yet. So this is closer to a more definite date. Check it out. 75%. This is, let's see, you've got blockered layouts. You've got stepped caps lock and regular caps lock, split backspace. Not that much layout compatibility. You've got red, purple, navy, cyan, cool gray, pink, classic black, E-white, and E-yellow. Group by time. Let's see. Looks like it's only going to go for 1 week. And 200 and 500 kits. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Cool. Yeah, this is one of the keyboards that actually had GMK Merlin rendered on it. These renders are made by Thesis Camper. Check it out, guys. E-white actually looks really good with Merlin. Review for the Tube says, Merlin, I know this is odd and not anything about these newer boards coming out, but what do you think of the Noxery X60? I think it's a cool board. Yeah, I think I helped write the firmware for it at one point. Oh, there we go. That is the color I like. Blue top, yellow middle, and silver on the bottom. That looks excellent. I would put Merlin on that. I would put Merlin on that. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's definitely an Olivia board right there. Olivia board, there we go. Okay, so supposedly it will be this week. He'll make an announcement on Group Buy or on his Discord channel or on his Discord server. I believe this is another 400-ish board. Let's see, did he list it somewhere here? Where's the pricing? I swore I saw it at 400 something here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 399 USD with standard kit. And you have the option to upgrade to a brass plate, brass weight, or an SS weight. You got additional PCB for 45, which you guys may want to do just because this is still going to run a boot mapper client PCB with Atmega32A microcontroller. You know, I'm gonna try my best to get in on this too, especially if I don't win that ogre board. Either way, I will reach out to these fine folk and see if I can help with the QMK and the VIA work. Yeah. One thing to note, this might be one of the more unique PCBs that are coming out, and unique not in a good way. This is a boot mapper client PCB with a USB-C port. And as far as I know, this will be the first instance of a boot mapper client board with a USB-C port. I think I made the comment last week that this is like taking a really old Pentium 4 motherboard and being like, I'm gonna modernize it and make it support DDR4 RAM. It's kind of like, okay, but isn't that already a 20-year-old motherboard? Well, yes, but I just wanted to modernize it a little bit. So yeah, for novelty's sake, I'm gonna see if I can get at least a PCB of this and just hang it up. Yeah. We'll see, we'll see. Secret Blue says oof. Yeah, see? Look here, look here. Specs, Part 4. Type-C port PCB designed by TGR. It supports boot mapper and will import QMK later via also. Look at all that. Yeah. I will be keeping an eye on this and the ogre for sure. All right. All right, everyone, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's 9:13. This might be the longest group by news I've done in quite a while. But here we go. I think that is the last bit of news. And as usual, I know I've missed a few stuff just because it always happens. Has there been anything that I have not covered that is either ending or starting this week? Does anyone in the audience know? I see Pradana Kareem has subscribed. Thank you, man. And Rich Homie Dev 97 has followed. Thanks. See, Mineral 4X says Black Poly 67 Mark II started. Oh, very nice. Let's go take a look at that really quick. Black Poly KBD 67. Wait, that is not a connected board. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. Black Poly. Where are you? There it is. There it is. This is the KBD 67 Mark II Black Poly. It's basically the same as the regular poly that sold out about 3 weeks ago, but all in black. So if you have been holding out, today is the day to buy. Keep in mind, if you do want to make a hybrid aluminum and poly case, neither part will fit with each other. Just keep that in mind. Teal Rice says, just wanted to say Carball is still in stock for GB at Prototypist. Very cool. Let's bring that up. Teal Rice, was that what you were clamoring about earlier? I saw a bunch of messages from you. but it all happened too fast. Yeah, sorry Teal Rise. Usually I give people a chance to bring these up at the end of the stream, not during the middle when we're trying to get through a bunch of other stuff here. So next time just hold your horses and wait till the end. Alright, it's KBD 67. Clarabelle is still on Prototypist. Very nice. Very cool. Let's see, where is it? Clarabelle? Did we spell that right? Here we go. There it is. Just as Teal Rice said, it is definitely still in stock. Well, not in stock, but still available for group buy. But only 50 units available. That's interesting. I guess it wasn't as popular there. Yeah, because it definitely sold out on Canon keys just like that. But here, like, I wish you could figure out how many are available. Let's try. Are 10 available? Let's try it. Because Southpaw. There. Hold on. Just so none of my personal information leaks out. Let's see if you can even buy 10. Apparently you can. Okay. Apparently you can. Alright. Okay, there are at least 10 still available. That's funny. That's pretty funny. I don't make my bets as Elongate. Did you talk about that? Yes, I did. Right. Are there any other keyboards or key sets that I may have missed? Let's see. What are people saying? Kangpa says the Primus PCB does not support N key rollover key. Support N rollover key. Does it mean that it will not work well with QMK or VIA? It should work just because all bootmapper client boards are compatible with QMK, and quite recently within the last month we've been able to make bootmapper client also compatible with VIA. Amy Loon says drink command not working. Really? Let's try that again. Drink. There we go. Share tea, bubble tea, winter melon milk tea. That is what I'm drinking. Big Taro says thanks for the summary as always. No problem, man. Peter Poppin says OSA sleeves. I don't think we can actually quite show that yet. But maybe there's a group buy thread going on. Oh, here we go. Well, that's a video. But is there an actual thread talking about them? See, we've got the GMK Mr. Sleeves. Here, let's just look at OSA. Let's look at OSA. So OSA is created by WinMX or WinMix. If that name sounds familiar to you, you might have seen them a lot on Drop. Drop and WinMix have been selling keycaps for quite a while. Like they do a lot of cherry stuff as well, or cherry profiled ones. And I've seen a couple SA ones before. So I am quite interested in how their OSA ones will look. It's Doug says it's on Novelkeys website. No, it's not. Those links have not gone live yet. Like earlier, for the NK65, I picked the the old one because the new one was still not showing up. He won't make those links go live until the day of. OSA should be showing up tomorrow if I remember correct. Silent alpacas, really? Who's doing silent alpacas? Scott Water says there was a preview in the email. Ah, yes. That's not something I can show on stream. Really, Prime KB is doing silent alpacas. Oh, there we go. Silent alpacas will begin pre-orders from June 28th until July 4th. ETA is August, September. 200 switch limit does not apply to this pre-order. Regular alpacas are expected to be in stock first half of July. Very nice. Very cool. I have no experience with silent alpacas, but based on what I've heard online, they feel just as good as regular alpacas. Teal Rice says Square X60. I believe we talked about that last week. Mineral. I'm sorry, I don't allow people to post links just because I've had people post questionable links before. Best thing you can do is either PM me on Discord or you PM me on Teal Rice. It already ended, which is why I talked about it last week. Yeah, either PM me on Discord or message me or message one of my mods. I believe Xenophobia is still on. Not sure, he was fixing things earlier. Gundam Cheese, we talked about GMK Midnight Rainbow and Moto R2 as well. All right. Yeah, Rich Homie Dev says, are you using the KBD8X? Yes, I am. This is a customer build KBD8X, Cerakoted at a local shop. It's currently running creams or 205G0 creams. And let's see, what else can I say about this? It's got foam in it too. Ducks on Quack says Cat Explosion. Yes, we talked about Cat Explosion as well. Peter Poppin says, thoughts on WT60C Kate? That's the new Wilbur PCB, right? Let's go bring it up. WD60 Kate. I believe it was on Novelkeys. I don't make my bets. Says, is KBD your favorite brand? No, KBD is one of my least favorite brands. Teal Rice says KK75. Yes, we talked about the KK75 as well. But here we go. This is the WT60C Kate PCB. It is a solderable board that has very few layout compatibility. It will only allow you to do a split backspace and stepped or regular caps lock. Those are the only two options. It's funny because I think these are Wilba's words right here. Here, where was it? Why am I forced to use 7U bottom row, split right shift, and ANSI? This PCB does not compromise on build experience or appearance to support more layout options. Yeah. Thanks, Wilba. I'm pretty sure this is Wilba. Very cool. Yeah, but this is it. Retails for 70 bucks. Look at that. It's got in-switch RGB, USB-C port. What else can I say about it? Should fit in all standard 60%. All that good stuff. Still uses Atmega 32U4 microcontroller, at least from the looks of it. Atmega32U4 microcontroller. I don't see anything that looks like an ESD protective chip, unfortunately. Yeah, so if that's not something you guys like, then yeah. Janky Render says USB-C is nice. I feel like if you don't have a board or if you're selling a board today that doesn't have USB-C, you need to rethink your group buy. Let's see. All right. See, it's almost 9:30. Are there any other group buys that I may have missed that are either ending or starting this week? ZooTW says, what's wrong with Atmega32U4? There's nothing wrong with Atmega32U4. Let's see. Going once. Going twice. And alright. I guess I will see you guys all next week for another Magic Group Buy news. If you guys want to watch my other streams, I do stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. This coming Tuesday, I will be doing another porting via port stream. See, ZooTW says, oh, but you say still using Atmega32U4. Yes, it's still using Atmega32U4. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, Tuesday I'll be doing another porting via port stream. As you may know, I am trying to convert my entire collection to not just using QMK, but also to using VIA. I think I've got 4 more PCBs left. So yeah, we'll see. And that is in addition to any other PCBs that people send me. So if you guys have a board that's not in QMK yet or not supported by VIA, please feel free to contact me and maybe I can sort you out. Alright guys, thank you for joining in, all 121 viewers. You guys make me happy. Thanks guys. Have a good start of your week and goodbye.